In 1926, the historian Carter G. Woodson did something radical. He created Negro History Week. He chose the second week of February to honor the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. But his real goal was so much bigger. At the time, Black history was almost entirely ignored in American schools. Inventors were erased from textbooks. Scientists were left on. Designers and artists were completely forgotten. Woodson understood a crucial truth. If a society doesn't teach its history, it effectively deletes it. What started as just 1 week of recognition slowly gained momentum, and in 1976, it officially expanded into what we now know as Black History Month. The point wasn't to separate history into different categories, but to restore a vital part of the American story that had been deliberately left out. And today, we're going to talk about some of the incredible innovators who changed the world of design forever, even when the world refused to see them. Picture this. It's the early 1920s, and intersections are pure chaos. Cars, horse-drawn wagons, and pedestrians are all competing for space with very little to guide them. Early traffic signals only had 2 settings: stop and go. There was no warning, no transition. In 1923, an inventor named Garrett Morgan witnessed a horrific carriage accident and realized the fatal flaw in the system. He knew there had to be a better way. So, he got to work and redesigned the entire concept. He added a third position to the traffic signal, a pause, a moment of warning that let drivers know a change was coming. That all-important yellow light, that moment of safety you experience every day at a busy intersection. That's his legacy. It's the reason countless lives are saved. But Morgan's genius didn't stop there. He also designed an early version of a gas mask, called a safety hood, which was used by firefighters and rescue workers to save lives in smoke-filled environments. He was a pioneer of road safety systems that eventually became global standards. Yet because he was a black man in a deeply segregated America, he faced immense barriers. To sell his groundbreaking traffic signal patent, he often had to hire a white actor to pose as the inventor during demonstrations. He eventually sold the rights to his traffic signal design to General Electric for a fraction of its worth, without the public recognition he deserved. His story proves that design isn't just about making things look good. It's about how things protect us, serve us, and keep us safe. Garrett Morgan proved that, against all odds. Now, let's fast forward a few decades. NASA's racing to send astronauts into space, but there's a problem. The electronic computers they were using were new, complex, and frankly, not fully trusted. When human lives are on the line, you need absolute certainty. So, they turned to a group of brilliant mathematicians, human computers, whose calculations were known to be flawless. And at the heart of that group was a woman named Katherine Johnson. She didn't design physical objects. She designed paths. She designed trajectories. Her mind was the engine that charted the course for some of humanity's greatest achievements. She calculated the trajectory for Alan Shepard, the first American in space. She plotted the flight path for the historic Apollo 11 mission that landed on the moon. And critically, she calculated the precise re-entry angles that ensured the astronauts could make it home alive. Her work was so trusted, so essential, that the astronaut John Glenn famously refused to launch his orbital mission until, as he put it, the girl Katherine Johnson personally checked the electronic computer's numbers. Her pencil and her mind were the final safety check. Her calculations laid the foundation for modern navigation, aerospace engineering, and the computational design we rely on today. And yet, for decades, her name and her contributions were hidden from the public, buried in technical reports. Her story shows us a difficult reality of history. The blueprint for greatness often existed, but the credit was nowhere to be found. When you start to look at the stories of innovators like Garrett Morgan and Katherine Johnson, a powerful pattern emerges. They weren't just designing objects or solving simple problems. They were designing entire systems. Systems of safety that regulate the flow of our cities. Systems of movement that took us beyond our world. Systems of navigation that guide us home. They designed systems of survival. And they accomplished all of this in a world that actively and systematically worked against them. A world that denied them access, credit, and opportunity. This tells us something profound. Black innovation wasn't rare. The recognition of it was, and that is precisely why this month matters. Black History Month isn't just about celebration, it's about correction. It's about setting the record straight and restoring the names and stories that were pushed to the margins. Why does this still matter today? Because their legacy is all around us, woven into the fabric of our modern lives. Every time you stop safely at a traffic light, you're experiencing the legacy of Garrett Morgan. Every time a plane lands safely after a long flight, or your GPS effortlessly gets you to your destination, you're benefiting from ideas and principles shaped by minds like Katherine Johnson's. Minds that history tried so hard to erase. Black History Month is a powerful reminder that the story of design, science, and innovation was never one. It was always diverse, always collaborative, always multifaceted. We are just finally starting to tell the full story. So, this February and every month after, remember this. History didn't forget these innovators. History was taught to ignore them. It was a curriculum of omission. And now, we have the chance to redesign that story, to fill in the missing pages, and to honor the true pioneers who shaped our world. If you want to uncover more hidden history, explore untold design stories, and learn the truth behind innovation, make sure you subscribe and stay curious. Thanks for watching.